Bonjour les amis. As we said the last time, most pronominal verbs are ER verbs, so let's look at some more in the present tense. First verb, to make the decision to, or to make up your mind. We have done this a long time ago. Se décider à. How would you say then, if you make up your mind, call me, using tu? Si tu te décides, appelle-moi. Next verb, to hurry oneself or to hurry up. There's a picture of une pêche there. It's se dépêcher. Hurry and get that peach, se dépêcher. How would you say then, hurry up, addressing vous? Dépêchez-vous. How would you say, I have to hurry up, using falloir, il faut que, which brings up the subjunctive. Il faut que je me dépêche. Luckily, with ER verbs, the subjunctive has exactly the same endings as the ER verbs in the present tense, except for nous and vous, where you add a little I before the ONS and the EZ. If you use devoir, which means you can avoid il faut que, you can avoid the subjunctive, it will be je dois, and then you need the full verb, and the reflexive verb goes before the full verb, the infinitive, je dois me dépêcher. Because the whole point of pronominal verbs, reflexive verbs, is that the subject is the same as the object. They have to match. So here we have je and me, the same person. This is a really weird one because it means the opposite of what it looks like. It has many connotations in English. It's quite difficult to pinpoint. It kind of means to suspect, to guess, to have a feeling about, to imagine, to know, to have a good idea about, to not doubt. And the reason it's weird is because it is se douter. Se douter de or se douter que. And that looks like you do doubt, but it has the opposite meaning, like, I knew it. How would you say then, I imagine that it's hard? Je me doute que c'est dur. So that looks like you do doubt, but it means you don't doubt. Strange, but true. C'est vrai. Using nous. We know what you're thinking. Addressing vous. Using the se douter de. Nous nous doutons de ce que vous pensez. Remember what when it's not a question. Ce que. To move out of the way we did the last time, which was se pousser. Now, se pousser isn't particularly polite. You might say, please step aside. And the French equivalent is s'écarter de. S'écarter de. The split, so you can see this lady is doing the splits nearly in the air, is le grand écart. Le grand écart. So imagine doing the splits on a cart being pulled by a horse. That would be rather uncomfortable, as if the splits weren't hard enough. How would you say then using s'écarter? I said step aside, addressing vous. J'ai dit écartez-vous. To get used to something or to get used to someone, what does a nun wear? A habit. S'habituer à quelque chose ou s'habituer à quelqu'un. Is she getting used to motherhood? So what is the leave called when you become a mother? Elle s'habitue à la maternité. To escape. There are many different words for this in French. I wonder why. S'échapper. So it's not too far from escape. S'échapper, to escape. To escape with your chap. There's also se sauver. Se sauver also means to escape. Think of save yourself, run away. As a command, it can also mean go away. S'évader, easy enough. Looks like to evade. Okay, but it also means to escape. And then one that is not an ER verb but that you do come across is s'enfuir. Think fugitive. So using s'échapper and se sauver, how would you say the dogs are escaping? Les chiens s'échappent. Or les chiens se sauvent. Using s'évader, they usually escape by that hole. They tend to put usually at the beginning. D'habitude, il ou elle s'évade par ce trou. If you need to differentiate between this and that hole, you would add on the la. You don't have to. It's just if there's some confusion. Ce trou-là. Pas ce trou-ci. To scratch, as in to scratch an itch. Se gratter, thinking of a grater. Se gratter. You're going to scratch the cheese on there. Merci, Jill, for the suggestion. Se gratter. He's scratching his head. When you talk about body parts with pronominal verbs, you don't need to say his or her or my head. You just say the head because it's coming back to you anyway, or back to the person. Il se gratte la tête rather than sa tête. A skyscraper in French is a sky scratcher. Un gratte-ciel. To pig out, se goinfrer de. Goinfrer de. Goinfrer de. He's pigging out. Il se goinfre. I'm pigging out on cake. When you want to say what you are pigging out on, you add de, then the food. Je me goinfre de gâteau. To get wet. Se mouiller. Remember, I-double-L is the y sound. Mouiller. Very few exceptions for I-double-L. Ville, where you can hear the L. Village. Mille, 1,000. Milliard, numbers. Otherwise, it's a y sound. Se mouiller. Don't get wet, addressing to. Ne te mouille pas. Mouille, mouille. Using vous. Don't wet your feet in that puddle. Puddle is flaque d'eau. For some reason, they seem to say the whole thing, flaque d'eau. But you'd be all right if you just say flaque. Ne vous mouillez pas les pieds rather than your feet. Les pieds dans cette flaque d'eau. An expression that is used with se mouiller is the equivalent of the English expressions to stick one's neck out or to get one's hands dirty. So how would you say they're not sticking their necks out, as in they're not taking any risks, they're not getting their hands dirty? It's just they're not getting wet. Il ou elle ne se mouille pas. To go for a walk or walk around is more leisurely. To go for a stroll. Two versions. Se promener or se balader. I'll walk around in the meantime. So in the meantime is a bit of a strange English expression. The equivalent you could use in French is whilst waiting. Waiting, we have the present participle which will end in ant in French. Okay, attendant, use en attendant. Je me promène, or je me balade en attendant. To go for a swim or to go for a dip, to go in the water, to bathe. Se baigner, se baigner. This is the river where we, using nous, go swimming. Voici la rivière où nous nous baignons. You could say ceci. You could even say ça c'est, which is used a lot in the spoken language. Ça c'est la rivière, or slightly more formal, ceci est la rivière où nous nous baignons. To have a rest, to rest. Se reposer. You're going to pose yourself down again. Se reposer. Using tu. You don't get enough rest. Tu ne te reposes pas assez. Have a good rest. Using vous. So here you have to say, rest yourself well. Reposez-vous bien. It's a nice thing to say. To get drunk, Saouler, 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 se saouler. Don't get too drunk tonight, using vous. Ne vous saoulez pas trop ce soir. He's getting drunk with Julien. Il se saoule avec Julien. To stop oneself, thinking of being stopped, being arrested. S'arrêter à, a place, or s'arrêter de faire quelque chose. Let's stop at the next service station. Service station, station-service, c'est féminin. Arrêtons-nous à la prochaine station-service. Using to. Are you stopping working now? They would say, are you stopping to work? It has to be followed by the infinitive. Consecutive verb thing. Tu t'arrêtes de travailler maintenant? You will often hear bosser, which is slang for travailler, very common word. Tu t'arrêtes de bosser maintenant? To fend for oneself, to manage, to get by, to cope, to do well or to do badly. Se débrouiller. So if you're going to do well, se débrouiller bien, badly, se débrouiller mal. She does well in maths. Elle se débrouille bien en maths. You can miss out the bien. It's often added. Elle se débrouille en maths. It's a way of not boasting. Yeah, she gets by in maths, meaning she's really good. They fend for themselves. Il ou elle se débrouille. To prepare oneself or to get ready, to make oneself something. Se préparer. I'm getting ready for the party. Je me prépare pour la fête. She's making herself a coffee and she's coming. Elle se prépare un café et elle, remember, we use arriver, not venir. That's what they use. Et elle arrive. To get warm, to warm up. Se chauffer often, se réchauffer is used instead. The oceans are warming up. Les océans se chauffent, se réchauffent. Using to, warm your hands up by the fire. The hands. Chauffe-toi les mains auprès du feu. So rather, you don't use par here. When you're going near, you could say près du, but auprès du feu. Or réchauffe-toi les mains auprès du feu. You could just say près du feu. To get organized. S'organiser. We like those ones. I have to get organized using falloir. Il faut que, brings up the subjunctive, il faut que je m'organise. If you're going to use devoir, which avoids the subjunctive, je dois m'organiser. Using nous. We have to get organized. Using il faut que. Il faut que nous nous organisions. So you've got the extra I before the ONS there in the subjunctive. You can avoid it using devoir. Nous devons. Now you use the infinitive with the reflexive pronoun before. Nous devons nous organiser. So the nous matches the nous. Bon. Révisons. Let's revise. To make the decision to make up your mind. Se décider à. To hurry oneself, to hurry up. Pêche. Se dépêcher. Hurry up and get the peach. To suspect, to guess, to have a feeling about, to imagine, to know, to have a good idea about, to not doubt, which is the weird one because it is in the positive. Se douter de or se douter que. To step aside, which is more polite than the move out of the way we learnt the last time. S'écarter de, doing the splits, grand écart on a horse cart. To get used to something or someone. s'habituer à quelque chose ou à quelqu'un. To escape. The first one, with your chap, s'échapper. The one that's a bit like to save oneself, which is also used for go away, sauvez-vous, sauve-toi. Se sauver, told you it anyway. To evade, also to escape, s'évader. And the odd one out, this is not an ER verb, is s'enfuir. They're all used, they're all used. To scratch, as in to scratch an itch. Se gratter, think cheese grater. To pig out, se goinfrer. To get wet, mouiller, se mouiller. To go for a walk around, a leisurely walk, a stroll. Se promener ou se balader. To go for a swim, a dip, to go in the water, to bathe. Se baigner. To have a rest, to rest. Se reposer, compose yourself. To get drunk. Saouler, 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 se saouler, se saouler, saouler, saouler. To stop. Get arrested. S'arrêter à ou s'arrêter de. To fend for oneself, to manage, to get by, to cope, to do well, or perhaps to do badly. Se débrouiller bien ou mal. To prepare oneself, to get ready. It's also to make, as in to prepare yourself something, to make yourself something. A coffee or dinner. Se préparer. To get warm, to get warmed up. Se chauffer or se réchauffer. To get organised. Se organiser. Et voilà les amis, nous avons fini pour aujourd'hui. À la prochaine fois.